Welcome back to Normal World. This is the news. A 104-year-old woman who just days ago broke the world record for the oldest person ever skydiving passed away peacefully in her sleep last night.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it's very sad. With her being 104 and doing action sports, her cause of death was obviously ruled as COVID-19 related.
Indeed.
Yes.
That's very sad.
Well, I got a weird shading.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, I don't want to break character.
It's that ball cap.
I think I'm not a newsman. A Long Island school bus driver was fired after being caught drinking White Claws while transporting students home. When asked, the bus driver said, "What's the big deal? They're all wearing helmets."
I guess there are laws when you're drinking claws.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right. The commercial's a lie. There are laws.
there's a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, you can't just drink and drive because
It's not okay to do.
the commercial says.
Nearly naked prostitutes are running rampant in National City, California, after a loitering law was repealed by Governor Newsom. Upon hearing the news, Paul Pelosi hoped many of the prostitutes were men. He jumped in his Porsche and sped down to National City shortly after he was T-boned, and I don't mean by a car accident.
Yes, boned by a man who looked like Mr. T. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Normal World. I'm Dave Landau.
I'm quarterback Garrett.
And with us on a side cam,
I'm Patrick Garrity.
Angela.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, we'll intro you. Don't worry. We're going to get
Hold
to you
on there,
forever.
bucko.
We also
Settle
this
down
guy.
there.
And also, comedian, one of my friends. Please welcome Patrick Garrity.
Yeah.
See, we had to clap and give you
I
the...
know, because it's nice. Makes you
We
feel
wanted to build you up.
Yeah.
it's way too heavy. I can't do this.
I know the I know the air conditioning and half the cameras are down, but
yeah.
you know,
It's steamy in here. I chose to wear a beanie. I don't know why. I could take it off, but it's too late now.
It was fall outside.
Yeah.
An old lady. All right, so what? And I saw an old lady fall for real today.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I got out and tried to help her, but then I didn't want to slow down. Also, right now, I would like to bring out the host of Two Drink Minimum. It's just, you might know his podcast. It's his really great one.
He's severely controversial.
And also,
Literally gone to jail for some stuff.
well, sued. Yeah.
Well, he had to stay. He had to stick in the drunk tank, you know.
Yeah, he got in some troubles, and then he's got a huge show. I don't know how to pronounce that right now.
Suakut.
Is it Suakut?
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. I'm not good
Some
with
French
it.
stuff, yeah.
And he's actually, he performed live that entire podcast at the Bell Center, home of the Montreal Canadiens, which has a cap of 22,000, and he did sell it out, making it the largest live podcast in history. Please welcome my friend, Mike Ward.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How are you?
So happy to see you, Dave.
It's good to see you.
I'm good. It's funny seeing you try to speak French.
I know. It's not good at all. I have no ability to do it. And I've been in your club, which I love. Is still there,
Yep.
right?
It's still there.
I never know with Canadian laws, but I love that. Le Bordel. Is that right?
Yeah, it's Le Bordel, which is French for bordello. Because it used to be a whorehouse, the building we're in. So we wanted to make a sort of a homage to all the ladies that were there before us.
I love that. And it is really an amazing club. And now you have bigger whores there, comics. So
Yeah.
it's all the better.
More STDs.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot more sick people willing to do stuff for money. And of course, you and Pantella still have Two Drink Minimum.
Yeah, we still do a 2 drink minimum every week. It's still as fun as it was in the beginning. I don't know why we call it 2 drink minimum. I'm the only one that drinks on that show, but I named it, so I guess we're keeping the title.
Well, you did pay to get somebody a hand job in New York. I remember that.
Yeah.
Where they crossed the street and went to the dirtiest place that was totally just, nobody cares about trafficking there. So
in the old days when we were doing Compound Media, our producer is a guy named Poseidon, and he'll do pretty much anything for money. I once paid him $2,000 to shit on air, like during the podcast, and he did. Like he just shit in his pants, and we kind of tricked him. We told him because there was a hot dog eating contest, and he said that he could eat 3 pounds of hot dogs in 20 minutes.
Right.
And then so I bet him $1,000 he couldn't. Then he Googled it and figured out he couldn't because he said the stomach can't hold that many hot dogs. So I gave him a trick. I was like, but if you shit your pants while you're eating, you sort of empty out your stomach and then you can eat more hot dogs.
Yes.
Science.
Yeah. So I told him, I said, I'll give you 1,000 if you eat the hot dogs. I'll give you another 1,000 if you shit your pants. And I'll give you 3,000 if you do both. And then eventually I just told him, I'll just give you $2,000 if you shit during the podcast.
He's like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
It's weird.
You're getting him to do everything.
This was during the time that I was in court with against the Canadian government. So I was just trying to spend all my money because I figured if I lose, I don't want to have anything left.
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk to you about that because the last time we were talking, it was still in court when you were on compound, and you ended up winning the case.
Yeah, I went to court, lost the first one, appealed it, lost the appeal, and then took it to the Supreme Court, and I won at the Supreme Court level. It was really close. It was 5-4, and it took over 10 years. It took like 11 years, and it cost me like close to $500,000 Canadian, which is like $95 American.
Well, and what happened was back in 2019, Mike told a joke about Jeremy Gabriel, who was
it was actually in 2009.
Make-A-Wish, right?
2009
Yeah.
It was?
2009, and everything was over in 2020, I think.
Okay, so when did he start suing you?
He started suing me like 4 years after I'd stopped doing the joke. Like, I think it was 2013.
Wow.
He called the Human Rights Commission, which is a thing in Canada, and they're the ones that sued me.
And the joke was, if you don't mind saying it, or I can, but I do love it.
It's not real.
Are you barred from saying it again?
No, it's just like the joke isn't as funny if you don't know who he is. But when I did the joke, he was really famous in French Canada, and he was this little kid that everyone thought he was dying of something. And he had been on TV. He sang for the Pope. He sang for Celine Dion, and he was getting all of these wishes come true. And then he came out with a book, came out with an album, and then like the joke was just, why isn't he dead yet? Like he was. These are all like Make-A-Wish kids are supposed to die. You're not supposed to get 90 of them.
You don't get to see John Cena and like, you know.
Yeah, you don't get to draw the line. You're like, no, kid. I know you have leukemia, but come on.
You don't meet your favorite wrestler and to get a cure.
Yeah,
like you
and ride in the Batmobile.
Yeah. You get to ride in a Batmobile during a parade. It's like, but you don't get to live to 13.
There's a time limit on this. You need to go.
There's completely unfair. I was just glad that you kept appealing it, because I remember you were fighting it forever because it's utter nonsense.
Yeah.
It's not like you made something up about him. You're like, no, he's just still alive. You think he would enjoy that, going like, yes, I am.
Well, that is just like 5-4. So 5 people are like, I think it's funny. You know, 5 people were like arguing about like, no, I think 5 people were like, no, this is hilarious.
It's insane that it took that long, like over 10 years, through that many trials or like court sessions,
right?
And then 5-4.
He's still alive, suing you 10 years.
Yeah.
Now you really want him to die.
And everyone like in the media here in Canada made it look like it was like I was bullying this kid. But I was doing this joke like in my show. I wasn't going to his house and yelling the joke like through the window, or I wasn't going to his school. And no one from his school heard the joke. But, you know, they all made it look like I was this piece of shit that was trying to ruin this kid's life.
Yeah, you're just
following him around.
Yeah, you're just at the kid's door. Oh, Mike's here again. Yeah. Why are you alive?
Why won't you die?
Picketing.
Why did you beat cancer or whatever? Lupus.
Need to take those wishes back.
Oh, dude, I think it's just great though that you stood up to it, and it's great for comics. And your podcast is one of my favorites. Pantelis is one of my favorite people as well.
I love Pantelis.
Yeah, he's a really good
Pantelis, very, very funny. He gets angry about everything. On last week's show, he was angry because the cops pulled him over because he was eating soup in his car. And he was like, and I was like, well, you shouldn't eat soup. Like that. I agree with the cop. Like if you're fucking, because you need to hold the bowl and the spoon. So, and I don't know if he's driving with his feet or what the fuck he's doing.
Thermoses are for. You put them in the thermos and you drink it out of the thermos.
Exactly.
They've invented things for this.
I even asked him, like, were you drinking the soup? And he was like, no, I was eating soup. And
utensils and everything.
If you put it in the thermos, you get nothing but broth. You got to get those noodles.
Oh, he's Cam Newton's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't understand. And I would love to see him, because he's Greek and angry, arguing with the cop, like, come on, it's fucking soup.
Using a lot of hand gestures.
Like, you've never done this? No one's ever done this. This is the first time.
I was happy we had a guest on, because since our producer is Greek, Poseidon, the one that shits his pants. So sometimes, since it's two Greek guys that get angry over small stuff, if I say no, the cop, it's normal, he did that, then I look like the one that's way out of line. But since we had a guest on, and the guest was, a normal person, Pantelis looked like a weirdo.
I want to talk to you a bit too about your French podcast.
Okay.
And that is, I just want to make sure I don't pronounce the name so we get it right.
It's a Sous-Écoute.
Okay.
Sous-Écoute. Yeah.
And that's the one, and you still hold the record for largest podcast at 22,000.
Yeah. We did the podcast. We had a little over 22,000 people. The old world record was some podcast in England that I think had 7,000 or 8,000 people.
Jim will fix it.
You like crushed that.
Yeah, the O2 Arena,
totally
and I was
that.
Yeah. And when we did it at first, the Bell Center people, where the Canadians play, approached me because as a joke, I said that I should do my podcast in an arena, because I film it in my club, and my club holds like about 90 people. And I just said as a joke, we should do this at the Bell Center. And the Bell Center people actually called, and they were like, okay, we could do it. But they wanted to do it sort of like a small, just one section of the arena. But I was like, no, if we're doing this, we're doing it center stage. And, the whole thing is open. So, and the reason why I wanted to do that was I was like, if we sell out, it's going to be amazing. But if we only sell like 800 tickets, that's fucking hilarious. There's something so funny about renting a 22,000 seater. You have 900 people doing security, and only, 93 people show up.
They're spread out.
That's so funny.
Somebody's just losing 30 grand at least, just in the electric bill.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. The Bell Center is the Canadians are owned by the Molson family that beer here in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
And they ran out of beer during the podcast. It's the only time they've ever run out of beer. They ran out of beer like after about
Dude, that's
20
awesome.
minutes.
So the question is, when are you going to do it again?
I did it again this summer in the Centre Vidéotron, which is a smaller arena. But next summer, I'm going to do 2 nights at the Bell Center.
Can I come?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I will do it with you. Well, I did your podcast the first time. Thanks to you, I did the Montreal Festival.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd been there, because my DUI kept me out of your country for a decade. So finally, they were nice enough to let me back in, and that was a blast, dude. And doing your club.
And you did your hour at the club, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, dude, that was a blast, man. I love your club, and if anybody here is listening in Canada, they have to check it out. It's one of my favorite ones to go into, because it's smaller, but it doesn't feel small. And it's like got that perfect sound. It's that like Killbox kind of style where it's just it's just perfect. And then do you still have the podcast studio upstairs?
Yeah, we still have the podcast studio upstairs, and it is a French club, so all the shows are French except for Tuesday nights at 9:15. We have one English show a week. It's a showcase show, so it's five or six comics plus a Pantelis hosting, and we get we get the best comics that are in town.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. So what? Whoa, man, I'm blanking on
And
the
I
next
should have
question.
said Montreal. I should, because I said in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more than one town.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So, are you touring over here at all, or are you just doing it right there?
No, I'm just doing it right here. I was in Europe for a while. I did a bunch of but my French podcast is way bigger than the English one, so I did a bunch of theaters in Europe, and no, I haven't done any shows in the U.S. in so long. I got to get back.
Yeah.
Do you now? How bad is it there with the government? Can you say without being taken and just put into like a firing squad? Because it seems like the country's awful. I mean, I'm sure you're all laughing at America. We know what we are. Now that we're on the brink of World War III, and then it took the prime minister a couple days to come out and be like, "Okay, I'll go with the Jews."
After the upset that he just had.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, is it really as bad there as we've seen America media make it as far as, I mean, clearly freedom of speech is an issue with the lawsuit you went through, but do you find that it's getting worse?
I find that for comedy, it's actually getting better because of everything I went through. And because our leader is so fucking stupid, and all of these moves,
so is
giving a standing O. Like, you'd never see, no matter how bad Biden gets, I don't think he's ever going to give a standing O to a Nazi.
No, that's... That really was breathtaking. And even during COVID, it's like everybody else is like locked inside for you guys, and he's, dry humping a grand piano in blackface. And it's just, he goes to like whole new levels of what you can do that's inappropriate. But the Nazi standing
all he has to do is say sorry. I'm sorry. And then everyone's like, all right, look at him.
And I love, like, during COVID, he was calling, like, when the truck drivers were in Ottawa, he called some of them Nazis. He was like, these people are Nazis and racist, and you're like, they're not fucking, like, some of them might be racist, but the guy that you gave a standing ovation to was an actual Nazi. Like, no one at that truck driver rally wore a suit and had a picture of himself taken, supporting Hitler.
Half of them were Sikh.
Yeah, not one of them.
They're not even white.
Yeah, not one of them was wearing a Hugo Boss outfit.
Yeah.
Designed for the actual, Like, you can tell they're not Nazis. Why, Trudeau? Because I'm not clapping.
That's how you can tell now. Like, you put someone in the room, and if Justin Trudeau starts clapping, you're like, oh, that guy's very problematic.
Yeah. This guy right here. Right, Joey? You remember that? Remember when we did that stuff?
Did he fight the Russians in the 40s?
Does there seem to be a bit of because we've been threatened by Iran here in America, and there's people in downtown cities now chanting "Gas the Jews" and stuff, which is good times as we are on the brink of a holy war or destruct, whatever the end's going to be. Does Canada have a lot of that right now, like a bit of civil unrest?
No, because all of the Muslims see our country as Jew hating, since we give standing O's to Nazis. That's what's protecting us right now.
They're like, this is home base.
It was a terrible choice for him to do, but a safety wise.
It's national security.
Let's see what they were doing. They're playing the long game.
Yes, Jewish people can be self-deprecating, but rarely do they do it to the point that they strap a bomb to their chest.
This is true.
Oh my God, that's great. That's why I was just curious how it was going there, considering, you own a club, and you hear it over here, where I think we lose our freedom of speech a little bit every day now, so I'm not sure where it's going to go, but we'll see.
You know what's weird? I don't even feel it anymore and I'm sure you're the same way. The crowd, the people that come out to see me, same as people that come out to see you, they want to hear stuff they don't hear anywhere else. So I don't feel it at all. Like even it's gotten better now since I'm not in court anymore. So it feels like I have more free speech now than I did a couple of years ago.
That's great. No, and I feel that too. I mean, I definitely feel that like there is a crowd that comes out to see you specifically. I mean, I always get one person every now and then who's, wearing a mask and they're upset. Now they're standing in the corner and threatening to sue the club, which has happened, but it won't actually stick, But
really? They threatened to sue the club?
Yeah, I was making a joke about masks on airplanes and just like, oh, let's do this again because it didn't work the first time, so let's try it out. And a lady was pissed off because I was just making fun of it. That she then stood under a light in Des Moines with her arms crossed so I could see her mask, and I'm just looking at her like, are you offended by the mask joke and letting me know? Because I don't care. Like, and then she said, she walked out, she's like, my husband's a lawyer, because that's every time, through this big fit, and they're like, you can try to sue us, but it's like there's warnings all over the club. And she goes, and it's one of my favorite things anyone's ever said, like, well, maybe I should have looked him up before I bought a ticket. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should. It's no longer you just show up to see comedy like it's 1986 and it's just one-liners and Coke.
I wonder if her husband walks around telling people, my wife's a bitch.
Yeah, her husband's like, oh, did you cause a problem? That's a shock.
Another frivolous lawsuit.
Yeah. Oh, did you go out with your friends again and make a thing? Yeah. You couldn't order a beer without wearing your stupid mask to a comedy club? Oh.
Can't you just complain about the check like everybody else?
Yeah. And her husband's probably not even a lawyer.
Oh, no.
He's probably like, why do you keep telling everyone I'm a lawyer?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, he's like, that I don't do anything ever since the kids explained what happened. He's like, I was practicing law, sort of, by breaking it.
I was a janitor at a law firm, okay?
I was a mall Santa, and I had to talk to a lot of lawyers. Yeah, like I would love to just be in a court, though, with a lady with a mask on being like, I didn't enjoy his joke. And it's like, see how she enjoys nothing? It was just like, you're afraid of air. Like, why are you sitting in a club next to people when air is scary?
What are you doing? What are you doing in public?
Yeah, it's like
scary air.
Leave.
Like, I'm going to go into a sold-out building, but I still have to wear this face condom.
Make you feel better.
It's unreal. Well, Mike, I don't want to hold you up, but where can we find you? Where can we find your podcast?
If you, the podcast, the English one is 2 Drink Minimum. It's me, Pantelis. We have Poseidon. We have Chris Ramsey that's joining us right now on a lot of episodes. Chris Ramsey, if you guys don't know him, he's an amazing, funny dude. He's got like 7.5 followers on YouTube. He does these puzzles, and he's actually insanely funny. When you see him do his puzzles, he just like he just looks like a weird. Yeah, he just looks like a weird magician, but he's very dark and very funny.
No, I love that dude. That guy's got a great YouTube channel. I watch him all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, Chris Ramsey, that sounds so familiar. Yeah.
I got to get you guys down here because I really want to do a sketch with you and Pantelis. And I know that's selfish, but whatever I can do to get you here, I really would love to have you in studio.
All right. I'd love to. I was actually going to go down this week and not Skype it, but I'm renovating my house with my girlfriend, and I felt really shitty about just leaving her do all the dirty work and me be down in Texas having fun. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm Skyping in.
See, I do the opposite. I'm in Texas. Well, all the dirty work is done at home. Yeah. So, well, thank you, my friend, for calling in. I really do appreciate your time, and it's always great to speak to you, and I really cannot wait to have you in studio.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Take care.
Later. Yeah. Mike Ward, who I like to call Comedy Gold.
Oh, yeah.
You know what else is gold?
What's that?
Birch Gold.
Oh, it is.
yeah.
You know, many concerned Americans are out there, and they want to diversify their assets. They don't know, what do we invest in?
Yeah.
Do we invest in Palestine, or do we invest in
Israel. Who knows?
who knows?
It's the over.
Yeah, but what namely you want to go with gold, which wouldn't
stable.
be Palestine.
Sorry.
My last name's Landau. It's Hebrew. So I, with the help of the Birch Gold Group, if you want a physical asset held in a tax sheltered retirement account, you should call Birch Gold. And why even call them? Actually, calling sucks. We've forgotten how to do it as a society because we're all antisocial. So you know what? Text the word normal to 989898. 98, like think of the year 1998 when it was better.
Yes.
You know, when it wasn't World War III.
Space Jam was out.
Yeah.
Men in Black 2 was out, I
Yep.
think.
9/11 hadn't even
It
happened.
didn't happen. We were still living in the good old days.
Yeah.
We could now when you buy gold.
And that's what you got to do.
you gotta do.
Because
It's
even since then, gold has maintained its value. And that's something that's important. So why are they trying to sell it to you? Because they like you. That's why. Stop asking questions. So go ahead and ask the right questions by texting normal to 989898 and get a free info kit on gold. What it's going to tell you is that gold is valuable, but you can text 989898 to get that information on gold. And I promise you, you're going to not be unsatisfied with the Birch Gold Company.
No.
They know what they're doing because they've been in gold since the golden ages.
Oh.
Oh, when's that?
I'm not sure when their 30s, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe since
That sounds right.
Pretty goldy ages.
everybody went westward.
It's true.
And now Patrick Garrity.
What up, buddy?
How are you, man? Thank you for
Doing great.
coming in.
I was going to ask Mike if I shit my pants, would he just Venmo me $50?
Yeah. Garrett, that's what you should have done on the food challenge.
Oh, the money I could have
Created
made
some
on
space.
accident when I was drinking.
Is he prorated if it's just like streaks?
Yeah, or just a wet fart.
Yeah, a couple bucks.
Oh, every guy has streaks. I don't know what it is, but we just don't know how to wipe.
I wipe. I just wipe and wipe and wipe. You know, just
It's like a marker.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like a crayon.
it is.
Somebody killed a
melted crayon.
craning. I think it was Opie. Yeah, craning.
Yes,
Yeah, that was. But it is craning. You just
brown ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I should. Nah, my asshole's perfectly clean. I got a bidet. You know what happens with a bidet and a hemorrhoid? It feels like you're being poked with a needle.
Oh.
Not that I.
It's supposed to soothe you. Is the water warm? Is it cold?
I
Is that
don't
why
know
it feels
what
like?
happened, but it was not good on my dangly berries.
Speaking
So
of
anyway.
assholes, did you guys hear about the guy that shot his doctor twice because he made him come during a prostate exam?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Classic one.
He shot him?
And
That's-
twice in the chest. He was like,
I ain't gay.
yeah, you made me feel a certain way.
My doctor made me who I really am.
No, my favorite thing though is like he said he wanted him to apologize, and I go, did he not apologize? You know, like if somebody's got a gun to me, he's like, still no. He's like,
Just arms crossed.
Yeah,
I'm not apologizing
Nope.
for that. It was it was a fun time. You know it.
You're like, I didn't want to do that to begin with. I got to jam fingers in you and you're going to come and shoot me? You know how long I've regretted?
You're going to come and shoot me?
Is that a normal thing to happen? Does that happen all the time?
that's what he said. He goes,
Exactly what
like the doctor ended up surviving, but he said, yeah, that sometimes it happens. It's a very sensitive thing, and like the guy, he's still on the loose. Of course, it happened in Florida, so it's Florida man.
The man's still out there.
He's out there.
Wow. They
Right, though. I think
Find
it's
this guy.
how you phrase the question. It's like, you're going to come and shoot me? Almost like, I don't understand. I did something great. Did you have a bad time?
Yeah.
Did he say he came twice or shot twice?
I think the guy only came once.
It'd be funny if he
twice.
stayed and was like, you can try it again. And still got mad about it.
Oh God.
Oh, I
Shoot
hate.
me all you want. You still have prostate.
Why go in? Like, you have all these repressed feelings, and then he's like, all right, don't get a boner. And then it's just like,
moved.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, daddy. Oh.
And like you got to, I mean, as a doctor, I guess he's gonna have to warn people now.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna put my fingers in here.
Yeah. certain things might
It
happen.
might happen. Please don't shoot
I'm a
me.
very attractive man, so
Yeah, listen, my fingers are very graceful.
It's gonna start having to give prostate exams like the Punisher with a fucking bulletproof vest. And
Literally a joke I've done in my act about having to get a prostate exam and just coming. And then I go in every Tuesday. It's like, could you stop coming in? I'm like, could you just put on a scary clown mask? Tell me I ain't shit. Like, this is your fault. Like, I know straight guys who like a finger up there. I just would never ever do that.
I've never done that.
No, because I don't like the wiping's enough
Digital.
yeah,
to be
sometimes
like,
you
I'm
get
just not into it.
It's too close.
Plus, I would feel bad. I would be like, your finger's going to smell for a week. I've ripped toilet paper and been like, why won't it wash off?
It's fucking worse.
There is nothing filthier than a man's ass.
Yeah, it's the worst place on earth.
as the older you get, the worse it is. I think. It's-
Oh, yeah. Well, there's hair everywhere, and you're like, I'm sure there's just stuff stuck in it.
yeah.
It's like a dark alley.
was it like Tom Segura or somebody who has that joke about like having to like his wife had to like cut?
Oh, did he really?
Dingleberries?
Dingleberries? Yeah. Like it's a dog?
Yeah.
How do you build up dingleberries? I'm sorry, like you got to
You
not
know
be
how.
wiping up because I do a pretty good job. You know, I double layer between my hand and the shit, several wipes, and then when I think I'm done, always go in for one last one.
Oh, I
Sure, it's
just
clear.
spray everywhere and pray.
Just
Spray and pray method.
Spray and pray
home.
is the way that I go
and then
to
you
the bathroom.
Then you boudet.
Because clearly I got something wrong. And I'm just like, well, I better wipe up this whole mess and me. I think I've
Just let me
overshared.
get in the shower.
I think we all have.
Yeah, I think we've said too much. We're, of course, joking. We would never.
Shit ourselves.
No, I haven't shit myself since I was very young, actually. I can say that proudly.
Even like a sneeze, not even like a
Shart?
sneeze.
Did
or
you
shit,
trust
yeah.
trust the fart?
No, one time, though, I sneezed, farted, and what else? And coughed all at the same time. And my body was like, all I saw was a bolt of lightning. And my dad was looking at me and just like, what the fuck? And I was
You
like,
okay, son?
but it was a feeling that, no, I've never had that feeling again. It all just happened where it was like sneeze, cough, were like boom, boom. But
Yeah.
the fart happened from the sneeze and then continued into the cough. And my body shut down for a moment in time with a bolt.
It's like that computer. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, like I just saw fire.
You just blue screened and just
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell. I don't know what.
You know he's shitting his pants
Yeah.
when he's just tremoring. They're like, Mitch,
Are you okay?
Mitch, that's a lot of shit.
Stop
Can you
your
walk
leg right now.
backwards?
Yeah.
That's why he shuffles.
Yeah,
Upstairs.
that's why.
Don't.
That's why he walks like a turtle. So we have a game, Angela.
Yeah. So Martin Scorsese's daughter, Francesca, posted this TikTok quizzing her dad on slang terms. So now we're going to guess if Martin Scorsese knows slang terms. So we're going to show you a clip of her like presenting a slang term to him. You guys will guess, did he know it, did he not?
If he knows it or if he
Yes.
does not know it.
So let's play the first clip.
Tea. I'm gonna spill the tea. That means you're gonna tell all you know. Yeah.
Well,
You just gave us the answer.
So he knew what tea meant.
he did.
Was that a setup clip?
Yeah,
It's a setup clip. He had to give an example.
Let's play it.
That was an
If
example.
he knows,
Play it as
if he knew
example.
tea, let's try again.
Yes.
So-
okay.
By the way,
So now
he-
you know
So
how
we're
it
gonna
works.
present it. Now that we know how it works.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it's presented. Let's go.
What's
Yes.
the next one?
It's different. Okay, watching a movie in 70 mil, it's different.
Okay, hits different.
Okay,
Is he
hits
going to know
different.
this?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's going to know this.
I'm going to say yes because he's Scorsese, one of the finest filmmakers.
But does he know what hits different means?
Do we all know what hits different means?
Yeah, it's just like, it hits you in a certain way.
Okay.
It's impactful. Whatever the event was, it was
Okay.
impactful. It hit different.
I'm going to feel.
You feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were going with this.
I might not even know what this means.
Or say, Patrick, what say you?
Yeah, I think he'll know what it means.
Okay.
Let's
Play
see it.
You, it's an easy one. You perceive it in a totally different way. Not totally differently, but you see it like,
That doesn't count.
it's another perspective on the image, so to speak, and the
Is that his real
the
fucking
effect
voice?
the film has on me.
No.
Yeah, like it's.
He got it.
I got it.
Like amazing. Hits different. Like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah, it really is good.
No, that's not his voice.
That's not what he
No, I think
said.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening right now?
It would never be.
Some TikTok shit.
Apparently, they changed their voice for TikTok.
Makes it wacky and crazy.
Also, his daughter is going to bury her father relatively soon. I'm not trying to be a dick. I love Scorsese, but
he's
that girl's like 12 and he's 90.
She's quite young.
Yeah.
That is
Good
his
for
daughter.
him, though. Still getting that young tail.
Well, him and De Niro just had a kid too, and
Yeah, De
What?
Niro did just have a kid.
and fucking the other one, Pacino, had a kid.
Yeah,
too.
Pacino
Yeah,
did too.
Pacino.
They're all fucking having preschool.
He's all hunched from wearing lifts for the last 20 years. He has scoliosis from the fact that he's not comfortable with his height.
All right, next one.
All right. Well, this is contested. I don't know about that. I feel like he didn't get it.
Yeah, it's good test.
Simp, sympathize, or a simp, or like a simpy person.
You guys.
We got the second. So, yes? Simp is yes.
That's not correct, though.
Yeah, she said sympathize. That's
not-
misleading. Yeah, that's not.
that's
It's
not
misleading
correct.
to the actual term of simp.
So I think he'll get this wrong because she said sympathize and it's misdirecting, and I don't think he'll get it.
Yeah,
Which
you're
isn't
right.
fair. I feel like it's not fair for Scorsese.
I don't think it is, but I don't.
You are simping for that person.
But
If
you're not
that were-
sympathizing.
Yeah, the simp is simpleton. You're a simpleton. You're an idiot for fucking.
Oh, I thought it was sympathizing.
Oh.
No,
I
simp.
guess it could be vaguely sympathizing, but it's, I
A
mean,
derogatory term. I think it's
more
Yeah, but it
simp-
refers to like
simpleton.
a guy who
sends money to thoughts on the internet.
thoughts.
Oh,
Yeah. Does he
Well.
know what thought is?
there were many times I thought I was being complimented.
Yes, I'm very sympathetic.
So I'm not opening my door for my wife anymore.
It's like, what?
Open your own door, you stupid bitch.
I ain't no simp.
What
right.
was it?
I'm going to say no.
No.
Yeah, I think it's no.
No.
Like a simpy person, a person who's like whining all the time. They're simps, right? You're just like them. They get really annoying. You ever crush on someone you're simping for them? Well, used to mean simp used to mean like, like a wimpy person. Yeah. Or a person who's always complaining and stuff like that. I do that a lot. I whine a lot. Yeah, I complain a lot. Oh,
Rob.
okay. Oh, wait, now you're saying simp is a person you like? It's like, you're simping for someone. Like, instead of crushing on someone.
I hate
you're
TikTok.
simping. I like that.
Yeah.
It's the voices.
Let's just do one more before I blow my brains out.
TikTok is the worst fucking thing to ever happen to humanity.
Which, by the way, we do have a new normal world TikTok. Just
By the way,
the shit.
follow us on TikTok. Not a joke.
Perfect
We are there.
advertisement.
Yeah, that's important to bring up. I
Yes.
think we did. We had to do it, Pat.
Yeah, we did.
We had to.
You know, you're a comic.
We had to do it.
I
For
know. I haven't gotten mine up yet, but I fucking have to.
You really don't. You're a grown man.
I know. But
Just watch your DMs.
Or don't look at them at all. That's actually a good play. Don't look at the DMs.
All right, one more.
Is it?
Yeah, one more.
Throw shade. That critic, there's so much shade.
All right. What do you think? Throw shade.
I think he'll get this one.
I think he might get this one. I think he might get it.
I'm gonna
Critic through the way she phrased it for it. Yeah, he'll get it. He'll understand that.
I think yes. He's got his eyebrows up like he knows, and those eyebrows are a tell.
He's reminding me of Abe Vigoda.
Oh
A
yeah,
little bit right
A
there.
little bit, yeah.
yeah. He's definitely a guy who you could play poker with.
I have thrown some shade in my time.
All right, play it.
Apparently, shade is dark. Yeah, and apparently
Hey.
the critic can particularly like the work, right? Well, yeah.
What?
Yeah, that counts. That counts.
They like the work?
No,
He
it's,
didn't particularly like
Oh,
the work.
I thought he was saying that they-
He's
okay.
throwing shade.
He's
You
3
got
for
it.
4.
Like that fucking work's trash, dog.
It's not bad for a man who, you know.
In his
What was that? What was it? 3 out of 4?
Yeah, that's good.
Good. Snappy. Did
And-
sharp.
I mean, come on. This is a guy who made Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, and I am, you got to say, impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The Irishman was, we'll
Yeah, it was a little
just skip over that.
long in the tooth.
All right. I got to tell you this, though. That made me feel high, but I don't get high. What I do is I use CBD. And I'm not actually kidding about this at all. It does help me sleep. I have very bad insomnia, night terrors, people that talk to me that aren't there. I'm not sure what it's called.
I am there, though. I'm
yeah.
trying to talk to you, but you're
Well,
swatting at me.
I feel like you shouldn't be.
I'm just trying to get to you.
Well,
I want to try some of these CBD pills you got over here. I'm just trying to
I
get
appreciate you not quitting while trying to hit it.
You know, I'm dedicated to you, bro.
That's all that matters. And it's like, for me, I take the CBD without the THC, but honestly, this brand, CBD Distillery, has helped me sleep. No joke, it has given me relaxation. It's helped me sleep. There's no THC in it. But good news for you stoners, QB.
They actually do have a THC gummy, THC and CBD. And I tried it last time on the show, and it hit. It was pretty good.
It hit him hard.
It did on the way home.
We encouraged him not to drive, and he said, I do what I want.
Screw that. I love this.
That's right. So
I didn't think it was going to work, but it worked. It was pretty good. And I went to sleep like right when I got home.
Yeah, and I give it, I've tested these on all my nieces and nephews. They were perfect. So I would highly recommend going to CBD Distillery and using the promo code NORMAL. It's 100% clean ingredients. They are the first company that was ever like mainstream at a pharmacy, no BS, not just at a gas station next to the boner pills, real things. And you can try CBD right now from the source by going to distillery.com and get 20% off by visiting it and using the code NORMAL. Seriously, give it a try.
Yeah, just try it out.
If you don't have, if you have issues sleeping like I do, I highly recommend it. Give it a whirl, and I think you're going to be satisfied that me and Q
Yes, you will.
recommended it.
Try it out.
CBDdistillery.com. Gummies. Gummies, because we're a fat country and we need to chew to go to bed.
Like a cow.
Speaking of cows.
Hey,
Total opposite.
speaking of
one.
heifers.
Will and Jada Smith. You guys know
Jada
them. I grew
Pinkett.
up loving Will Smith and Bad Boys and The Fresh Prince.
Dude, hell yeah.
Summertime.
Summertime.
You're getting jiggy.
Getting jiggy with it.
No, I didn't care.
What?
Once I hated getting jiggy with it.
I love that
I was
song.
in high school when that came out. And
I was a small child, so it like hit me hard.
Well, yeah.
It hit different, and I was like, getting jiggy with it.
Like Scorsese.
Name one movie that Will Smith didn't make a music video for.
Like of his own?
Pursuit of Happiness.
There you go. I was gonna say Bagger Vance.
Yeah, he might
That'd
have.
been a funny
My name
music
is Bago.
What was that? What was that?
like, yeah.
That movie that came out that he did like recently that was like about slavery or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
My name is
I
Vagapants.
can't
I almost
recall.
said 12 Years a Slave, but he's not in
It's
that.
not
No,
Not him.
not him.
no. That was his marriage.
He's 12 years of cuck.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Saddest downfall, man. I was such a big fan because like Men in Black, fantastic movie.
Very fun movie.
Just the best freaking movie. Fresh Prince, like
Loved it.
iconic. His music, all of his movies are great. Like you said, Bad Boys. Bad Boys 2 is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite action movies of all time.
I liked 1, but
One
I
is-
was young when it came out,
One
so
is
that's
so good,
why I
too.
enjoyed it. And then 3 we don't got to talk about, but the other 2 were great.
Yeah, where there's a lady that built up Will Smith's character. Maybe he was like feeding off of his real life.
I don't know.
There,
That movie
that-
was. I'm like, that's not the Mike Lowry I know. The womanizing Porsche
Right.
driving.
And he's like, this woman created Mike Lowry.
Yeah, are you a fan
of Bad Boys.
of just Will Smith?
I'm kind of indifferent,
Yeah.
Like I'm not I don't go out of my way, to see his movies. He's not like a Gary Oldman to me. Like Gary Oldman, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
let's see what this guy's doing. But
He's more of a Sidney Poitier, what white America likes. Is that what you're driving at?
You don't like Sydney?
No, I like Sidney Poitier a lot,
well,
but that's what he
that's a
was accused
shame.
of at the time, where they said that he made movies for whites
Yeah.
at the time. But I think Sidney Poitier was brilliant,
Yeah, legendary again.
personally. I don't want to offend
But,
anybody.
the difference between Sydney
On this
and
network, they'll be furious.
Will, Sydney's not a cuck.
That's true. In fact, but there was a guy before Sidney Poitier who was he was much more dangerous. He used to perform in Vegas a lot, and I'm blanking on his name, but he was really something. And that was kind of there was the difference between him, is he wouldn't take certain roles, and I don't know. I'm blanking on the dude's name. I really do. Really, I'm got to find it out.
before Sydney,
It was around that time where you had 2 different kind of big black movie stars, and by big I meant like famous. But it's like he was more of like he was a bit more manly and took charge. It was the first person.
James Earl Jones.
No, he even brought like a white woman on stage and like, you know, I think he hit her and like in part of his act. And he used to do a lot of made-for-TV movies like westerns. God,
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna Google it. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
So Will Smith, in an upcoming exclusive interview with Hoda, who is this? Kotb?
Kotb?
I always get the weird name.
Hoda Kotb.
So Jada revealed that her and Will have been separated for 7 years.
Right, which I
Which
find
means Will Smith went up and embarrassed him fucking self at the Oscars for a woman that he's not even technically really with.
right. That's what I say.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
right, but he said keep my wife's name out of your mouth,
Keep my
not
wife's name.
not keep.
Which
Well,
I
I had
guess
a lady that I live with that I'm estranged to.
Kind of like-
name out of your mouth.
contractually obligated to be with. We haven't technically broken it off.
So he hit a guy even though they had been divorced for 6 years.
yes.
And
And not just a guy.
but she acts
Chris Rock.
yeah, but she's still acting like the victim when it's like you've been completely messing with this guy's head. You were sitting there staring at him that night where you could feel the tension. Her angry at the joke that Chris said. She can't play it off like she wasn't.
Right.
You can tell she was pissed because
See your face.
G.I. Jane joke was so upsetting.
Yeah, that's such a soft one too. It's just like
And how like emotionally broken do you have to be when you're about to win your first Oscar?
I know, man.
And you've been nominated before and you go and you hit Chris Rock and it's like, you know he's going to come back at some point with, I don't know, close to a 1 hour special. About what a piece of crap you are.
And I think that's the thing too. Is it's like I'm kind of indifferent to Will, but I do feel bad watching him unravel. I'm just like, man, that's rough.
Because you could have anybody.
Yeah.
But instead it's like,
Jada.
it's like, well, I took this young gal who was in Menace to Society and set it off and gave her a much bigger career than she would probably have.
Right. Yeah.
And then she basically, I
Hey,
think
she was in The Matrix too.
you're right. She was.
Reloaded.
We all remember that because I remember.
Niobe.
going, I liked the first one after I watched it.
Yeah.
But do we have a picture? I believe we have her. She dated Tupac.
Yeah. Early on in her career, I think they went to the same high school or something, or the same music school or acting school.
They did, and then
That's how they knew each other.
the movie came out about Tupac, All Eyes on Me, and I went and saw it because I love that era of rap. And she said, like, well, none of those conversations actually happened or whatever, but, you know, I really thought the performances were good by the actor and actresses, and it's like, you're still saying something crappy about them.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't have just said they did a good job.
She's like, no.
And it's also like, what conversations did they want you to put in there? The real ones you had
Yeah,
that you'd
real
never want to
private
see
ones.
the light of day? We have a video of them?
I have a photo.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they're together.
All eyes on me.
Which one is her?
The bottom.
Yes. The one on the ad.
Pac died. Yeah, the one. I just feel really bad. Like, you know, it was, and to think that he was people are unclear about why he was upset about the joke. It's her. I don't know. I don't.
There's like a
I don't
lot
like
of
her.
private stuff going on in his head with her specifically, and possibly, you know, other celebrities that they knew. So when shots were fired at her, he just snapped and was like, "All right, that's it. I'm gonna start fighting people."
When he's
Then he immediately was like, "Oh shit."
I was like, he's like, what would Pac do?
Oh,
yeah, he's like,
I gotta be hard for Jada. She loved me.
he's just swearing around the house all day. It's like, you want to hear my new album? It's just all F-bombs.
Yeah.
He starts to walk around with a do-rag.
Like, Will, this isn't you.
Yeah.
You stop
Oh,
it.
stop it, please.
We got to remake Jungle Fever.
This is a
Maybe
reason
it was
why
Poetic Justice.
we don't.
Justice.
Oh yeah, why we don't respect Hollywood stars anymore. Like, take Will Smith, for instance. Like, he's a great pop star. He's a great actor, really well known. And then because we've seen too much shit of his actual life, now we don't respect him anymore. And I think that's why there's just no movie stars anymore. Like, you think, like in the 90s and the 2000s, there was fucking movie stars, and they were everywhere, and that's what people cared about.
I think there's a lot of it too. That's, you know,
social media and
exactly
too much shit.
You know, because like when I was growing up, if you wanted to know about the lifestyles of the rich and famous, you had to watch that show, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous,
which is fake, which is like a performance thing, and you missed all the mystique's gone.
Right, but now you got like Cribs, and my buddy Ricky was talking about. He goes, he's like, Jerry Seinfeld has an entire parking garage of his collection of Porsches. He goes, I don't want to know that, but I know that.
Right.
You know, it's just like,
well, and that's like the least egregious thing. Like, to compare this is like if you went on Twitter and it was just Rock Hudson getting banged inside of in like a New York bathhouse.
Like, I think I respect him a little less.
You'd be like, wait a second, is that
his Twitter, his Instagram feed, #AIDS.
Is that Mr.
I'm fading away.
Is that Mr. Brady airtight?
What I'm saying is that man had rights.
Yes.
Like that's really what it would be. Like, it takes all the prestige out of what he was, because he really was rapper, TV star who I watched every episode of The Fresh Prince.
I watched every episode recently. Like last year, I rewatched the whole series. It's great.
You know who's happy he's unraveling? The first Aunt Viv.
The first Aunt Viv.
Yeah, man, she's getting it. She's like,
yeah, she's like, yeah,
take come up and boy,
take that boy out.
Yeah.
Aunt Viv.
And the way they try to just like scooch her off the show and then just replace her with some other Aunt Viv.
I know,
Aunt Viv.
No, Aunt Viv. I like the first Aunt Viv. I don't mind the second Aunt Viv.
She's okay,
but you can't just switch.
You can't.
I mean,
the dynamics all off, and I don't believe any of this.
The
love.
shading was all off.
Yeah,
you basically went from
it's a whole different Pantone.
Yeah, you're like, is this supposed to trick me? If I was watching this on a black and white TV,
you could tell
it was grainy. I would know.
Saturation's different on this Aunt Viv. What's going on here?
Also, why is her hair entirely different than old Aunt Viv?
Why she act different completely?
This is but you couldn't have done that show with, like, it's like if they brought James Avery and they brought in the dad from Elf. You're like,
we're just like continue to believe that song.
James Avery. That's Uncle Phil. Which that show had some of the
dad from Elf.
Some of the best messages.
Yeah, they did. They had a lot of great special episodes, you know.
They did, like when Will got shot at an ATM and Carlton blamed himself and then was like, give me the gun, Carlton.
Had the gun, yeah.
Or that? He's
and
like,
the cop pulls him over when they're driving their dad's
too slow.
Favorite
car. Yeah.
Frenska the Mercedes. And and he got pulled over for driving too slow.
That was a great episode because they're talking about the dynamics between not white and black, but the rich and the poor and their perspective on events, which is really interesting.
My favorite one though was the shooting pool, where he's like, break out Lucille.
Oh yeah.
It's like Uncle Phil
he got hustled.
Yeah. Uncle Phil was like, he brought out his own.
That was a good time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like break out Lucille.
Yep, and Uncle Phil would always have like a line where I remember that episode because he's like, I remember the first time I got stopped.
Yeah,
I asked myself the same thing, but he was a judge.
Yeah.
He also like respected the law, but they lived next to the Reagans and stuff. Then it's odd to get in one fight though in Philly and have somebody else take responsibility for your child's life. It's like your kid's gonna get in some school fights.
Yeah,
I don't think your mom should be like, I can't watch him. He got beaten up on a playground. Is there a way you could raise him with all your money? There's a lot of holes in that.
There's a true story, supposedly, right?
Is it?
Yeah, the producer of the show, it happened to
Quincy
him.
Jones?
No, the showrunner or the writer of the show, that actually did happen to him.
Because there was a form of it, and then Will Smith was getting famous in high school off of his rap. Him and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Right. It was incredible too. And he's staying out of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just
gonna get thrown out.
Play music and anytime they argue, you just see DJ Jazzy just throw himself out of a window or out of a door. I gotta go.
I'm out.
And also Ashley Banks. Yeah. One of my first crushes.
Oh,
she's kidding. Yeah.
Dude, she was, to me, a smoke show. And I just started watching the show.
And I can't believe her boyfriend killed himself.
Really?
When she was like 8?
No,
when?
He was the kid from God, what was it? Sidekicks.
Oh,
That blonde.
Talking in the show.
No. I'm talking about in real life.
yeah.
Her boyfriend in real life.
Not the Sequest kid. That was him?
Yeah.
The guy who hung himself in a closet from Ladybugs?
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I know
Like,
him.
you're dating this chick, are you gonna kill
It
yourself?
was Brendan. Oh man, what is it? I know who he is. I forget. Oh man,
It's tragic.
yeah, it was him. I don't know. He did Sequest, but then he wasn't getting work for a little while, and he.
Yeah.
What a way.
Yeah, sad. Well, that's what Hollywood does to these kids. I don't know why he would. I mean, maybe if she broke up with him,
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I'd be like, I'll just call up Ashley Banks,
I mean,
and I feel
he's still
better.
with her. Exactly. He's still with her. It's not like he's going the Corey Feldman route.
Well, no, he's not. Listen, we have a chance of getting
Hey,
him on this
I
show.
want Corey Feldman
That's
on
another
the
meme
show.
I made. I made a Corey Feldman meme.
shade
Like,
on
Jonathan Brandis?
Jonathan Brandis, thank
Sorry,
you.
it took me a second to
No,
find
you're
that.
good. Just put Sequest kid dead.
we were talking about memes earlier. I was like, Corey Feldman, he's like, hey guys, Hollywood's full of pedophiles. Anyways, you want to see my Michael Jackson impression?
Yes.
That's
And the answer is yes. Corey, if you're watching, please, we want you to play the entire performance. I'm not joking. This isn't a bit. I want to see you on the show. Please.
yes, for real.
Invite.
But it is like if half like the altar boys dressed as priests. You're like, why? Well, I guess some of them do. They go to the clergy. One monster creates another. But you have to look at it's like you look at him. He's dressed like the guy who most likely molested him, and then he's on stage doing music,
It's like
dressed as he's
some
wearing.
weird vampire looking.
And he's not even wearing like the Michael Jackson stuff you might wear, like from when he was younger.
It's
in
his
the
own
set.
riff on it.
Yeah,
He's
well,
riffing his own thing on it.
but he's dressed like his monkey.
Bubbles?
Yeah, like he's wearing stuff that you would see on a guy named Major Magic. Like it's
And the hair, and the one strip of hair that
it's
he
like
has,
Elton John getting knighted or something. You know what I mean? It's too much.
I think it's just enough.
You're right. I would
Thank you, Corey,
but
please come on the show.
I would really like to have Corey on the show because I think it's important.
I've read his book
Yeah,
multiple times.
I think we could get both of them.
Did you really?
Both the Feldmans?
No,
Both the Corey's. I
I'm
mean,
joking. One OD'd.
oh yeah.
That was sad.
It is a very dark story.
But when Charlie Sheen
Sheen.
uses Crisco,
It gets sad.
Yeah.
it's really sad what they do to kids in Hollywood, and I think it's more. It just sucks because like I love movies,
Yeah.
and then I like Stand by Me is one of my favorite movies. Corey Feldman as Michelangelo.
Fucking so good.
I mean,
he was such a
or was
good
he
actor.
Donatello? But either way,
He was Donatello.
and I loved that movie. Like I loved it. The Burbs.
Fantastic in that.
It's
Yes.
a very underrated Bruce
Yep.
Stern.
Lost Boys.
Yep, Lost Boys. Like
Goonies.
Yeah, like he's
Fucking
made
powerhouse.
endless good movies. That's why it sucks to see somebody who's
I would say he's been a part of great movies. I don't think he's really starred in movies.
well, besides River Phoenix. I mean, they were also
He was always good in those movies.
yeah, they were also good in that.
Stole the
though.
show.
River Phoenix though was definitely on a different level. It just seemed that he had kind of an old soul.
Good, yeah.
It just sort of passed by real quick.
Yeah.
It just went through this world and then lay dead in front of the Viper Room.
You know, who has an old soul. Will Smith.
He does have an old soul.
Old beaten,
And-
cucked soul.
And before we get to our end of the world segment, I'm brain dead today.
Check the notes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The thing we do every day.
Audience. I had to Google my own thing that I don't know the answer to. Anyway, you can see me March 23rd in the UK. That's coming up. Look at that.
coming up.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
tickets.
I'm one of the, and also October 20th. Is that this month? 21st. 21st. You can see me at the Funny Bone in Toledo, Ohio. I also have upcoming shows in Cuyahoga Falls. I also have upcoming shows in Tampa. And if you want to get all my shows, you can go to davelandau.com.
So many shows.
And you can buy tickets and go, hey, I went and saw Dave.
Oh, what goes in? When are you going to get some merch, bro?
I got merch.
I mean, like at the show.
I just got.
I want to wear a shirt. I didn't get a shirt.
I'm going to bring you a shirt.
I will wear
bring
a
you
shirt.
a
I will
shirt.
buy you a shirt. I will buy you a
No,
shirt.
I don't want you to buy.
I will support my bro.
I don't want you to buy.
All right. I won't buy it.
You could have bought it.
Hey, you could find me on Nerdrotic. We just released a video. Go watch it. Releasing another video tomorrow or on Friday. and Friday Night Tights, my places and my own channel where we can hang out, do stuff. What can we see you do?
I'm
Mr. Patrick Garrity.
So I started off the year, my Instagram account got hacked. So
Nice.
Yeah, so I have to start all over.
How many times did you say the N-word?
No, after it got hacked?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it got hacked by an Asian guy, actually.
So how many times?
How many?
Did it say that?
So yeah, my Instagram and my Twitter are both the same. It's just my initials, PG Road Dog. You guys can look me up there. I can always post my dates there. And then Facebook, just my name, Patrick Garrity. And I'm redoing my website, so it's just going to be patrickgarrity.com when I get that done.
That was a lot of maybes, old friend.
And soon to be TikTok.
Yeah, get that going.
Yeah, you got that.
OnlyFans. Do you have OnlyFans yet?
Oh, getting there. I'm going to
OnlyFans.
bubble farts. I just fart in bathtubs.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
You're going to sell them?
Get
Put
the
them in
Simps on
jars.
you.
Yeah.
I like to buy lady bathwater.
That's what the streaked underwear is for.
I like to sell it. Just go, yeah, that's a lady's bathwater.
Yes. Trust me.
It's this hot girl's bathwater, but it's old Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave's musk.
All right, now we bring you to the end of the world. All right. The question tonight is, what will Jada Pinkett Smith reveal in her next interview? QB.
She killed Tupac.
That's a good point. I think she killed Biggie.
Oh, yeah, she did all of it.
Angela?
And Kurt Cobain. I think that she doesn't actually have. Oh, sorry. She doesn't actually have alopecia, and then it's actually a bald cap.
Some effects going on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Patrick?
I'll go with she's been having an entanglement with DJ Jazzy Jeff this whole time under Will Smith's nose.
So
It was always the cooler one.
it was.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just gonna be real.
And mine is, I think her marriage to Will is just one big MK Ultra study. We'll all have to learn from that. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. We will be back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you for your support. Good night.
Peace.